Let's see if my mic's working. Mic test. Oh fuck, I turned my mic test. 1, 2, 3. Someone, my phone isn't working. Hello, hello. Got 9 people watching. No one saying nothing. My phone is finally working. Alright, my mic is working. No one's saying anything, but I'm hoping y'all can hear me as we get underway. We have the Australian Grand Prix. It's nice, it's wet. Pause. Anyway. Thank you, Mikey. I wish you would have fucking said something when I said, Alright, I don't like what is going on right now. Here we are. Q1, we got 16 cars on the grid, no Alpines. We're missing a McLaren and a Mercedes, I believe. Oh wait, no, we have both Mercedes. We're just missing who the fuck are we? Who are we missing? 2 Alpines, the McLaren, and the Kicksaber. Yes, the Kicksaber. So we're missing the Kicksaber. Luzzy, he's been on the podium 5 times already. First guy that we're gonna keep an eye out on is Luzzy. He made some impressive laps during free practice, but this man is our man to watch. Can he take a race? Can he take 70? Can he take some of the 100 points that Fierce has been chasing to go 100 for 100 this weekend? There's one man that's been on the podium right beside him every single time. It's the Fierce and Chase podium podcast, basically, right now, at this point in the season. I'm cold right now. Hold on, let me go turn on my AC. Technical difficulties. Holy shit. Alright. Alright. As we are looking out on Chase, he is the first man going to cross the line. I believe Laid the Rest will be the car behind. No, it's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be Laid the Rest. Ayrtonio, yes, he's a driver that hasn't finished a single race. Mr. DNF is what they call him in the paddock. But here comes Chase. Bro, what do you mean, where's the voice? I'm talking. Chase, he wants to be around a 30... He wants to be a little lower, around a 31.8. He's gone a little slow here in Sector 1. He might be just working on the build-up lap. He wants to be around 50. He wants to be around an 18-second sector here in Sector 2. We'll see how he does. 50. He's slow. As Chase dives into Sector 1. Sector 3. Just getting ready to cross the line. There he goes. Huge weekend. Huge points. My voice is so disturbed from doing that. As Chase crosses the line, 132.6. No bueno, mi amigo. Almost makes contact with Tyrone. Laid the rest goes second fastest. Looks like some build-up laps. I didn't even check Chase's battery. Let's see how he did. Yeah, didn't really use any battery, and he's got an invalid lap time. As Nappy, I said he was flying in practice laps. He flew there to a 129 flat. There goes Antonio, 128.7. A huge lap by the Australian native. Well, not Australian native. He lives in Australia, born in Great Britain. Call him a phony, but he's an Australian. He lives there. Fierce, 128.9, as Fierce can't even catch up to Antonio. Antonio was a man that we thought was going to challenge Fierce in Spa. He bottled it instantly. Don Sensation, 133.5. Almighty Wizard with a 140. Hey man, chill on the commentary. Yeah, hey, let Curly live, let Curly vibe. Let Curly take a pit of his dab pen real quick, and the commentary might get a little better. Hold on. This is qualifying. We got good fucking 17 minutes to the race, so as people come out of the pits, we're gonna watch Tyrone. Bailey is a car to watch. Bailey isn't last. Holy shit. Bailey basically wanted the race. I'm going to say herself, but Bailey is a man in the server, guys. But Scola is obviously the better driver than Bailey. Bailey took the spot from him. Sorry, I'm a little flustered. Someone's talking about me in chat. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Flatter me. Can someone go on a lap here? We're with Tyrone deep in the... Oh, no, he's on an invalid lap. Nothing to watch there. Fierce is on a lap. He's hammering deep into Sector 1. Nappy might be ahead. Nappy is ahead. Nappy is on a lap. Thank you, I am. I'm blushing hard. There goes Nappy deep and hard in the Sector 3. Last turn, he wants to be oh, wait. Oh, shit. Nappy? He goes even faster at 128.1. Nappy, what do you say, kid? A 128.1. They talk about Fierce, they talk about Antonio, they talk about Chase, but how about Nappy? Throw your name up there. But here comes Fierce. Fierce is going to want to have a say. Fierce now. He's going to have to want to use a little more battery here deep in the Sector 3. He's going to wait it and use it all for this last straight. Here he goes. He's still harvesting. This isn't the lap. Is it going to be faster than Nappy? It is! A 127.9 by Fierce. Boy, are these guys catching up with some speed here in Sector 3. Sorry, I'm a little high. I'm gonna hit my pen again. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. These laps here at the beginning aren't the laps you really want to watch out for. These aren't the laps you want to watch out for, because the later you go into the qualifying, the better and quicker the dry line comes out. Here comes Chase, deep into Sector 3. He doesn't have a lot of gas. How is he gonna do it? And is he gonna make it back to the pits? Bang! There goes Chase, a 127.5. What a lap by Chase. And now Antonio is on a lap. Did he get impeded? He's actually up on that Sector 2 time. That's a sector you really want to be up on. Here goes. He's really on a great time here. Antonio. He wants to be around a 123 coming around this last turn. He is. This is going to be a great lap. Is it going to put him on pole? No! A 127.972, 6 thousandths of a second faster than Fierce. Not catching Antonio, but Ghosty Swag, the F2 signee from Spa, got signed to Haas, filled in, raced along Lenny, got him some points, and now he's here in P6, out qualifying Luzzy, and Lenny up in the P5. Just we were talking about one Haas, there comes the other. Tyrone, another quick driver. We're going to tune in with him on his lap. Wait. Moon is on a flying lap. Purple Sector 1. Purple Sector 2, the Australian born, and he goes an invalid lap. Oh. A invalid lap for the Australian born after a purple Sector 1 and a purple Sector 2. Antonio, I think he's running out of gas. This is not good for the Red Bull, but he might have enough to make it to the pits. And he will. Lenny coming into the pits. Is Moon gonna give it another try? Nappy's on a lap. Slime goes up into P2! Just when no one was paying attention to the Williams, Slime puts it up in front of Antonio, and he goes P2. And Flying Cow sneaks his way up into P5. Nappy's got to throw in a lap. He is throwing in a lap. He wants to be around 50 seconds. He's at 48. He's flying on this lap. Purple Sector 2. He stays on track. He's got a low battery. He's going to want to save it here and deep into Sector 3 if he's going to want to save it for the straight. Nappy, he's sliding a lot. He's got enough battery for the straight. He's flying. Can he put it on pole? He does! A 126.8 by Nappy. Purple sectors all around. My heart is beating. Flying Cow is now on the lap. Bailey with a 127.7. What in the hell happened there? Flying Cow! He's coming on to a lap here. Slime, is he on a lap? Who's on a lap here? Slime was on a lap. Flying Cow, is he on a lap? He is. Purple sector 1 for Flying Cow. Can he touch Nappy's 126.8? Purple sector 2 for Flying Cow. He's sliding. Did he lose it? There's a Haas slowing down in sector 2. Yellow flag there. But we're tuned in on Flying Cow's lap. Is Flying Cow gonna give a win to Williams? They haven't tried the challenge yet. It's really just been Chase and Fierce. Does he have a say for the win? He does not have enough to go pole, but he has enough to go P2. Push the car, son, push. I need to take a breather. Whew. I'm trying to do some good commentary for y'all. Fuck. We're about to get into our final laps here of qualifying. Cars to look out for. Fierce. Ayrtonia. Bailey. Of course, our leader, Nappy. Nappy is on a lap. We're gonna tune in with Nappy first. Who's ahead, Fierce or Nappy? Fierce has a invalid lap. That is going to be heartbreaking. Fierce is gonna qualify P7 and might even lose some positions because of his invalid lap. There's only 19 seconds left. He's not gonna get a time in. Here goes Nappy. He's improved in Sector 1. He's gone not purple, but he has improved. Purple in Sector 2. Holy shit, Nappy's improving. We talked about Chase. We talked about Fierce. Nappy has a say. It's gonna be his day if he can stick it here. It's gonna be a good look as the McLarens of Nappy is gonna stick a time. 126.4. But what does Chase have to say? Chase! Chase isn't going to be anywhere close. Never mind. Chase is close. And he stuck it on pole! He steals it from Nappy at the last second! But does Bailey... Bailey ain't got shit. And that is your grid. Chase is on pole for the first time. Someone has taken pole away from Fierce. Fierce 902 is in 8th place. Nappy's falling along in 2nd after a stellar performance in qualifying from him. Moon takes it in P3, followed by the Williams duo of Slide and Flying Cow. Bailey, who everyone thought was going to be way back there in the back. I keep almost saying she, is P6. Ayrtonio, the first of the Red Bulls, only in P7. That team has struggled all season to just get anything. Fierce, 902, he is in P8. This is critical for the championship. If Fierce DNFs doesn't get anything, he and Chase wins this race. Chase is either, I think he might be in the lead of the championship. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but he would be leading the championship with a win today and a DNF from Fierce. Huge points are on the line, and guess who Fierce is lining up? Right beside of, it's Ayrtonio, a man that has DNF'd every race. Another man he's right beside of, Tampon Tyrone. Tyrone hasn't finished the race either. Tyrone has gotten himself into some sticky situations though. But he's surrounded by Luzzy, a man that has finished every single race and slid his way up in the P5. It'll be interesting to see what he can do in today's race. The Hasses, Ghosty, and Lenny, they're going to see exactly what it's going to be to try and fill into some points, but it's going to be tough points today in Australia. And if they want to make a race, it's going to be interesting. But, fuck. We got some tie racing coming up. We have the Australian Grand Prix. Albert Park semi-permanent street circuit here in Melbourne, Australia. Been here hosting the Australian Grand Prix since 1996. 5.278 kilometers, 3.28 miles long. It features 14 corners, combining public roads with purpose-built racing sections around Albert Park Lake. The circuit has a smooth surface with a lot of wide straights and fast-flowing turns, known for the high speeds and rewarding aerodynamics. It's going to be exactly a fit. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how these racers adapt here in the rain, and I believe it's going to be, just giving you a little secret, it's going to be a little dry come towards the race in. So we're going to be interesting to see how these guys adapt. How will they adapt? Will they stay on inters? Will they pit on slicks? It is going to be interesting. Who's going to get hit in the rain? Who's going to get hit? Make contact. We get to find out. And Chase, for the first time, is starting on pole. A man that has really just been wanting his chance to be on pole. Ayrtonio. Don't know what he's doing. P7, he's all the way up at the front. Maybe he wants to give the home crowd a show. But we go up to our man, our Spanish boy, Chase. Can it be the day he capitalizes on Fierce's mistakes in qualifying? A bad qualifying. The rain brings out the true soldiers. Is it Fierce's downfall and Chase's rise today? Or will Fierce still be able to battle back? Could Fierce take a win from Chase in the rain? Could Nappy take a win? Flying Cow? What the f... What? Okay. And we have 29 laps, 5 lights. And away we go! Chase gets off to a flying start. And there's contact between Nappy and the Williams. There's contact way off in the back. There's wings flying all over. The Williams has contact. Flying Cow down in the P8. Fierce up in the P6. Slime P2. Nappy down in the P3. There's a lot of action going down in the back. The Mercedes. Luzzy hitting the wall. I heard that. As Chase takes the lead, as cars start to settle in. Will we see any moves here? Will Lenny try and make an overtake? He's really the closest thing we got on track. No, nothing there. Luzzy now on his rear wing. Nothing. Nappy, a man that really was flying in qualifying. Will he be the man to challenge Chase for the win? Ayrtonio goes off. Well, Slime goes off. And Slime drops 2 positions. And now Fierce is going to try and capitalize off of Slime's mistakes. Fierce is going to dive. Nothing there. Fierce is going to try to make another move. Fierce trying to make his hunt to Chase. Fierce has been begging for battles all season. He's going to need a lot to try and get up to Chase. Around the outside. Goes off. Takes the lead. And that might be a discussion as he goes off. Bangs the wall. He went off around the track. Did he get an advantage to pass Slime? That's going to be one to talk about. And Slime, he goes off. And Slime's race continues to collapse. As he goes off in front of Lady the Rest, our celebrity by the way. Down in P14, a bad start for him. And the Mercedes also having some terrible starts. Pretty sure they've both already boxed. As Chase sets a purple lap. And Fierce now in P5 on the back of Ayrtonio. And Ayrtonio is not going to let this go by easy. He has said he's better than Fierce. He said he could beat him. There is a... I think there might be a virtual safety car. I don't know what happened. Just giving me a fucking caution sign, alright, you fucking cunt. Fierce all over the back of the rear wing. Can Fierce continue to make his hunt? 29 laps he has to try. He has 26 laps to try and catch back up the chase. And Antonio gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So does Moon. Both Australian drivers get a drive-through penalty. Fierce is now P4, and this just opened the door. Can Fierce now challenge Chase for the win? He's gonna have to catch up to his teammate. But his teammate also has some speed on Fierce. But Fierce might be too fast, folks. Fierce hits the wall! Goes purple sector 1. Flying Cow. All over the back of Bailey. He's going to have to make a move. And it's going to have to be a good one. If he's going to want this overtake. He's going to dive deep into the corner. Doesn't have the position yet. They're still battling wheel to wheel. Bailey still covers. Flying Cow, not enough yet. Chase with the fastest lap. There's a safety car. I mean a yellow flag. Antonio takes his drive-through penalty. Moon stays out. Flying Cow gets a 3-second penalty. Chase still etching and etching out his lead as Moon is trying to catch up to the back of Nappy, who's trying to stay on this podium. Fierce trying to catch up to his teammate, but Flying Cow on the back of Bailey. Lenny behind him. But here goes Flying Cow. He tried to send it here before. He doesn't have near enough this time. He goes a little wide, maybe gets a little gravel, but now Lenny's on the back of him. Here comes Lenny. Can Lenny now get away to get past Flying Cow? Moon taking his drive-through penalty as Fierce now etches his way into P3. And now there is one car between Fierce and Chase. As the battle has been set. Chase eating away his battery. Nappy has battery. Fierce has battery. Who will fall in the podium as these three have looked to etch their way into a whole different category from the rest of the crowd? Didn't notice that Bailey dropped down in the P6. Lenny off of the back of Flying Cow. Closest battle we have on track, but oh no, we have Slime and Moon. But can Lenny try and make something happen here in Sector 3? Bad exit. And Flying Cow using all of his battery. But Slime catching up. Is he going to have enough to make a move? No, he's not. Slime. Nothing. Lenny. Still. Lenny has some speed. He's eating away. Can he get there? No, he's not. Slime now. Nothing. As Fierce cuts his gap down to a 1.1. Flying Cow saving his battery here. It's the only thing keeping Bailey now with a 3-second. Flying Cow currently in P5 with penalties. Bailey right around P9, I believe. Lenny in P4. Lenny going off a little bit. Moon trying to catch up to Tyrone. Tyrone trying to get onto the back of Bailey. Flying on the back of Moon. Ghosty trying to catch up to Airtonio. This would be a interesting one to fall. Airtonio has no battery compared to Ghosty, who has all of his. Can Ghosty get the ERS management down? He's gonna use all of it here. Can he get Airtonio? Can Airtonio fall to the F12 pickup? Nothing by Ghosty. He's gonna need to use it now. He's not on his ERS yet. He's on it late. It's gonna not blow for him. He's not gonna use any of it as he keeps all of his ERS. And that's the skill difference. ERS management, folks. As Nappy, as you notice, folks, the gap between Nappy and Fierce is identical. Completely identical. And the battery, completely identical, folks. Completely identical. Will Fierce make his way onto the podium? I mean, into P2. Nappy seeming to be the podium podcast guest for this weekend with Chase and Fierce. But remember, folks, we have 28 laps to go. 28 laps, and our battle for P5, P4 are up for grabs, as Lenny is now backing off of Flying Cow dramatically. Bailey trying to get onto the back of Lenny. Bailey getting really close to the back of Lenny. He has a lot of battery. Flying Cow another 3-second. Now he is even deeper. Maybe even P10 or P9. Bailey hits the wall. Slime goes around the outside of Tyrone, gets the pass. Oh, big contact, and it's between Lenny and Bailey. Bailey gets huge contact in the Lenny. And Lenny might have damage. Oh wait, there goes Moon! Moon slides out! And through goes Airtonio. One Ozzy capitalizing off the other's mistakes. Lenny's gonna want to capitalize off of Bailey. Bailey probably should have given that position back, but he. Whoops. Sorry, let me look at my script. Sorry, man, my throat hurts, okay? And the FIA just posted that Bailey is under investigation for his accident with Lenny. There will be a review after the race. Sline getting past Lenny. Another overtake for Sline. Can Sline try and eke his way? Oh my god. Luzzy's so clutch. Luzzy! From downtown! Bah! And we are back, folks. Just like that. Curly prevails like always. What can I say? Except you're welcome. If y'all want to chat or anything, that makes it easier for me on commentary. So, like, I don't know. If y'all want to see a certain battle on track or see something, say something to me, you know? So, I'm watching the same race. If y'all want to see a certain battle, watch. Point it out to me. Slime, P6. He's trying to get onto the back Bailey, and it won't be long before we actually get Lenny down to the P13. I don't know what happened to Lenny. We missed a lot there. Maybe there was a pit stop for the Aston Martins. As Slime gets past Bailey. Slime with yet another overtake. And the gap between Nappy and Fierce. Well, guys, let me tell you, it is improving. It is still eking out. Maybe Fierce is not as invincible as they say. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not Thanos. Maybe he's not this big bad guy that we always thought he was. Because right now, he's getting outperformed by not one but two men on track. And there's Tampon Tyrone is out of the race. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a safety car on track. This is huge. Will we see people go into the box? The first one is into the box. It's Chase. Chase will box. Nappy will box. Bill Fierce. Fierce will box. B&A gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Nappy made contact. Did that break his wing? Oh no, will Nappy need a new front wing because of that? They won't replace it. Why would ya? As Fierce doesn't lose any positions. But now he is right onto the back of Nappy. And B&A just got a 5-second penalty from the steward for his actions in the pit lane. Yeah, I'm handing out races mid race now. Yeah, Curly got it upgraded, bitch. Anyway. So, now that everyone is catching up with the safety car. B&A is into the pits. Yeah, let's just not worry about the Mercedes. Let's just in case, right? You know, just in case. why not be a good guy? You know, good guy Curly, am I right? One thing Curly can guarantee is this track's gonna dry up, folks. The question is, will this crazy Spaniard pull away? Will Slime catch up? Slime's been fast as well. He is behind that Mercedes. Curly, you're a nice guy, but I don't know what that means, but thanks, boss. Seems like we're having a lot of them. We're having a lot of misclicks in chat. Oh my, and Slime runs into the back of the Mercedes. What the I wish they would have just retired instead of leaving the race. As Flying Cow goes into the pits. Don't know why he would have done that. As he's now essentially in last place. All right, as we look at our positions made up, Fierce, our driver who started in 8th, championship leader, now in the P3. Lenny, up in the P8, he started P12. Ghosty, he started P11, now P2. Those two guys, they have made some incredible drives this year, getting their little Haas car in some tiny points all season. So guys, a new thing we're gonna do, we're gonna let y'all in chat vote for driver of the day. And yeah, because we're gonna have a driver of the day award at the end of the season for the driver that gets the most driver of the day. So we're starting this now, so I'm gonna let y'all vote in chat for the driver of the day at the end of the race. And there's contact. Oh my fucking god, these what happened there? Y'all don't have to vote now, but I think it was the Haas. Which Haas was it? It was Lenny. Lenny has contact. Does Moon have contact? Does Luzzy have contact? Gonna be an interesting restart. Chase is gone, folks. Holy shit, Chase is gone. Fierce all over the back of Nappy. Nappy fell asleep on the restart. Laid to rest is AI. I think, well, I believe it's his AI. I don't believe he's in the race anymore. Nappy with a hungry Fierce all over his back. Here comes Fierce. The fastest sector of the racetrack. Can Fierce make a move? Deep in the sector 2. He doesn't have enough speed. Fierce not catching up onto the back of Nappy. Nappy sets fastest sector 2. Antonio deep onto the back of Bailey. Can he make a move? Is he going to make a dive? Here comes Moon. The dive bomb by Antonio. On his home track. Moon. He bumps him into the wall. Antonio dives. What is he doing? Takes out Bailey. Hits him with his tire. This is dangerous driving. What the fuck are we watching? It's fucking pandemonium here. Lenny gets past Moon. They're battling. Do they make any contact? Lenny goes into the grass. Luzzy now has to make a move. Gets stuck behind Lenny. Holy shit. Folks, what did we think of that what did we think of Antonio's driving there? Oh, Bailey falling. Bailey has no front wing. There is a yellow... I gotta go my own way. Gotta follow me home. Bailey has damage and a big penalty. Yes, that's right. Bailey is going to suffer a lot because of that. And is there another fucking... Is there another safety car? Is there another safety car? Can I get a mic check? Can I get a mic check? 1 2 1 2 mic check. Can someone say if they can hear me in chat? Nappy with a 3-second penalty, and he gets a drive-through penalty. Nappy with a drive-through penalty might have just blew his race. Oh, that one almost makes you sick, folks. Nappy was driving a perfect race. That one almost makes you sick, folks. Nappy battling for a podium, and just when he couldn't take anymore, B&A retires finally. He had a tough race. Late the rest needs to retire. Almighty Wizard needs to retire. And what is Nappy gonna do? His best decision is to go through the drive-through penalty right now. He will take the drive-through penalty. He's gonna need to hit this to perfection. Where is he going to come out? Here comes Nappy. Oh! Oh! It gets even worse for Nappy. He crossed the yellow line coming out of the pit lane. Nappy into the wall now, and it gets even worse for a man that was so close to everything. Ayrtonio with a 3-second penalty, but as we look at Nappy, it just makes you wonder what could have been. What could have been a beautiful race has now faulted him in the P8. But now the chase is on. Every position has fallen to Fierce. P7 fell. P6 fell. P5 no more. P3 left him at the door. P2, here he is. One man to beat, and his name is Chase, and he just set a purple sector 1, folks. He has more battery, he's faster, he's better, and ladies and gentlemen, there is no rain on track. The rain has cleared up. And Nappy is on softs. Can Nappy make up a miracle here in these final laps? A lot of cars will pit. But the question is, how many cars will pit? And how many have? Where the Lenny, Ayrtonio, Luzzy, Nappy, all pitting. Fierce now into the pit lane. He has pitted. When will Chase will the undercut be on? DRS now enabled. It is now going to be a flying track as Antonio goes around the outside of Moon. He's going to want to be the better Australian. It's his first chance at finishing a race. Why not be your fellow Aussie at home on your Australian Grand Prix? And he's not even the real Aussie. He was born and bred. Look at the Brixton, unlike Bobbies and Shobbies and Killers. Sorry. Chase, how is this pit stop going to work out for Chase? I do not believe he is high enough on Fierce. I do believe Fierce will be the leader of this Grand Prix by the time Chase comes out. Chase is out. Here's Fierce. It's going to be a battle, but Fierce is going to take the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. No! Chase blocked him off barely. We got our battle for the lead. The two title contenders. They've wanted it all year. Fierce is on medium, so they make contact. Fierce is on the medium tire. Chase just has to get his tires up to speed, and he will be faster. But right now, Chase with DRS and ERS, and he goes around Fierce with ease, and he's going to have DRS on this straight here again. This might be where Chase can pull away from the Ferrari. Antonio and Moon still battling. Antonio on the hards, Moon on the mediums. Nappy up in the P9. Nappy apparently spun, I believe. I think we had a Nappy spin. But now, the second straight, Fierce is still not going to be able to catch Chase. But he was saving all of his battery, but also, I hate to break it to you, Chase has more. And Chase is using it all, folks. Fierce isn't using any. They're evening each other out. Will Fierce be able to catch a big corner cut by Chase? And Fierce is on the attack. These two, we wanted it all season. A spin by Chase. And Chase makes a mistake. And Fierce has finally taken the lead here in Australia. Chase dives in the corner. He wants the position. They're battling hard. Chase locks up, going around the outside. He's faster. Fierce keeps the position, but Fierce has a 3-second penalty. Fierce has a 3-second time penalty. We're going to take a look at what for. Yeah, track limits. Multiple warnings in his battle with Chase, as Chase is going to go around the outside and take the position. Fierce had no DRS there. And this might be win number 1 out of their first on-track battle. Chase might have just gotten the better of Fierce. Fierce not only has to A, pass Chase, he has to B, get 3 seconds ahead. Chase is driving, got the better of him, but Fierce is going to want to go around the outside. They're going to have another battle here. Deep in the sector 1. Fierce gets around the outside, makes a little contact in the Chase. Bailey spun out. Bailey now in last place, 28 seconds behind Don. Don, the last car. Ghosty finding himself in the points. Nappy P9, a devastating race for him as Slime finds his way in the P3. The Williams. The really 2 most consistent team with 2 cars scoring. But today it's been the Ferraris. Ferrari once again winning constructors because, well, they have Fierce. But Moon also contributing. The first time they've really had a contributing car number 2. As Fierce now behind Chase. Lap 27 of 29. We have a battle. Fierce corner cuts. Is that another warning on Fierce? Oh. Fierce did get another warning. Chase with a warning for corner cutting. It is getting interesting as Fierce now into the lead. Don Senshin with a corner cut with a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. I'm still handing out penalties as Chase overtakes. Welcome to Brixton. Welcome to Pobbies and Bobbies and Drillers. Flying Cow with a 3-second time penalty. We're just handing them out right now. Chase. What will Fierce do? We're gonna go on board with Fierce. With 2 laps left to go. How will this race finish? Was that a corner cut by Fierce? Trying to get all out of the corner. Has a little lockup. Using all of his tire. He's still on the back of Chase. 2, literally less than a car gap between them. Fierce! Oh! We're having a little lag. Less than a car between them. Fierce around the outside. Can he get the overtake complete? He does. We're going to get out of the broadcast because that just gave me a headache. We're going to go on board with Chase. Chase has the win in his hands. Chase slides as Fierce starts to drive away. Can this be the chance Fierce needed? Chase is still making mistakes. It's a 1.8 second gap. Fierce is now still extending his lead. Can this be all she wrote for Chase's win? Fierce still going. It won't be enough. Fierce is gonna come home P2. His quest for 100 points out of 100 will fall short. Well, it will depend if what Chase does here. 2.7 second gap, 2.8. Oh my god. It's a 3. Fierce steals the win on the final lap from Chase. He stole it right from under his nose. Chase goes P2. It's 100 out of 100. Fierce does it again. My God, Fierce, you've done it. 4 out of 4. He stays perfect. Just when you thought it was Chase's race, the 3 second gap fell instantly. It fell immediately. It's 100 out of 100. 4 for 4. Fierce stays perfect. Chase can't get the win. He bottles it at the last second. We go into the winter break. You can't remember a name besides Fierce. Slime takes P3. Moon wins out of the Australians. P4 goes to him. P5 is Antonio. What a finish. What a race. As Chase can't get the win he wanted. That is all she wrote, folks. Fierce is your winner. We will see you tomorrow. We have Formula 12 action there. We will see you then. Check out Formula 12. I'm Curly. I'm signing out. Fierce stays perfect. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you after the winter break here on the Formula 11 account. Follow Formula 12 if you want to see the action there tomorrow. And we will see you on the 3rd of January, folks. See you then. Have a happy Christmas and a happy New Year's. Signing out from Formula 11. I'm Curly. We had a good night. And a dominant win from Fierce.